G'day everyone, RaidzeroAU and welcome back to another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival in Alpha 8 Experimental. And just down here mining a bit of copper. Doing a bit of mining off camera. You'll notice I've got a marker over there, water gen. I just made a water generator and just chucked it down. Mainly so that we can make some nutrient solution and get some growing pots happening. Now there have been, I have made some mistakes starting off in Alpha 8. We'll try and explain them. Now we are running the latest build at the moment. It's 1598 at the time of recording. I have tried starting a new game. The drone still doesn't work. Basically it does work out near the escape pod, but once I moved from there it wasn't working anymore. So I've come back to our save game and continue working here. There will come a time when we will need to restart. That's just the nature of playing in the experimental build. Ah, that'll probably do. Now I've just got to try and get out of here. Well, should keep pushing us up. Right, that's it. That's it. Alright. So we're just coming into morning now. Basically spent most of the night mining. Alright, so just pick that up. Just go and drop this in here. Okay. So, first mistake I made, and it was pointed out in the comments. I missed when the drones went over first time. And I thought the drones were coming from the west here, but they're not. They're coming from the east. So what I did was I went, oh, they're coming from the east. Okay. We'll drop a turret here. And I actually put one up here. You'll see I've made some changes here. We'll get to that in a second. What was then happening is, here comes some drones. We've got a drone attack now. The drones were getting to about, one of the drones was getting to about 160 meters just here. It'll be this drone here. And then it was just sitting there and it was launching rockets at the base. And this turret could not target it. Now I don't know if that's whether that was a bug or whether it's something to do with new mechanics. Meaning that line of sight is more of an issue. But it would just sit there, and if I didn't go over and manually kill it, it would just sit there and just happily launch rockets at the base the whole time, and this thing would do nothing. So what I've done is I've moved the turret from the other side there, and I've moved it over here. And eventually what I'll do is I'll move this one over here. I haven't moved this one yet because I don't want to waste ammunition. I'll then move this one over here. And between the two of them, they should be out of vector, as you just saw there. Vector, some sort of line of sight. One or other of them. Now the other thing was I was having trouble in the last video trying to get connect to base. Because it's giving this connect not available. Reason being that you now need, and this was pointed out in the comments as well, thank you very much. You need to be effectively looking at the core now, and then you get the connector base. And I'd imagine that is to avoid the daisy chaining that you were able to do previously. So you could point at this, go connector base, go there, then point at this, connector base, go there, point at that, connector base, go there, and you could effectively, if you wanted to, just about go all the way around the planet. So I'd imagine that is the reasoning behind that, and that's fine. That makes sense. Now we have reached level 7. I've unlocked the tier 2 drill, but can't make it until I have an energy matrix. And you can't make an energy matrix without cobalt. So, either one of these is going to drop an energy matrix for us, or we're going to have to head up into space and go to the moon, or we need to start hitting up some bases. But either way, we're going to need a small vessel. Now, back to this other point. The other mistake I made, and this is a bigger mistake I made, was starting to build with iron. And the reason, and this was highlighted when it was able to fire just rockets willy-nilly. The reason being that, forget out the multi-tool, you'll see here down in the bottom right there, 500 hit points for a large steel block. Concrete block, 600 hit points. Go here. To upgrade this, we need 5 hardened steel plates, and we're not going to be able to make those anytime soon, and chances are we're not going to have them anytime soon. To upgrade these, it's just 2 cement, 2 steel plate. And once you upgrade these, go back to disassemble, hit points are now 2200. So that was a mistake that I made as well. Really should be concentrating initially on building with the concrete and then upgrading it as quickly as possible to just get the strongest base possible to begin with. That's not new to Alpha 8. It was an oversight on my part. That has been the case since they introduced the reinforced concrete. So now I'm in the process of what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade or change these to be concrete. And we'll just retrieve the stuff from there. The other thing was I was going to put some windows here, similar to, and I will put windows on this side. I was going to put the same on this side, and I will eventually. But until we've got some hardened steel plate to be able to make armoured windows, just in case one of these base attack drones gets rockets off, windows aren't going to cut it. So, been using a bit of power. So we've got 10% in our capacitor. The other thing is biofuel. For those that aren't aware, biofuel, you need 10 plant fibers for that. And plant fibers you can make in your constructor just with wood logs. So 1 wood log, 20 fibers. That will give you 2 biofuel. So it's not too hard to build up a bit of biofuel there. So you can go in there, you can go in there, you can go in there for the moment. I've also been in the process of making some growing plots so we can start growing a bit of food. Got plenty of spoiled food here. Not 100% convinced, to be honest, about using plant fibers for biofuel. To me, it kind of doesn't make sense that you wouldn't use plant fibers, I don't think, for biofuel. Using spoiled food is probably Probably, in my head anyway, makes more sense. But at the moment, it's plant fibres. Who's to say it won't change? I just feel that puts a little bit, like we're getting a lot of stuff that is using plant fibres now, which is fine. But not a lot of stuff uses spoilt food. So, going to go in, have a look at our unlocks. It wants us to build a hover vessel. I'm thinking I'm going to go a small vessel to start with. I'm just going to unlock some of the things here. 73 points. Just the basics. Cockpit block. Ventilator. Probably don't need that. Landing gear. Need thrusters. Alright. And what that should allow us to do is to go into blueprints. And just for experimental, like I did in experimental for Alpha 7, I'm going to use some of the prefabs in here, some of the blueprints. But simply for... I don't want to spend a lot of time building stuff knowing that we're going to have to restart. So... we're just going to go down to SV. Prefab tier 1. There's that one. There's that one. That looks pretty cool. Iron ingot, copper ingot, silicon ingot. Okay. Let's crank this thing up. Bit weird the way this is ordered here. It'd be nice to have. I think they. In fact, I don't know how they've done this, but the ingots is kind of all over the place. Iron. We're just gonna queue everything up. In fact, while we're at it, we'll queue those up as well. We probably could go for a bit of an explore, really, while we're allowing that to happen. I'm not sure what the production time, 18 minutes. So it's going to take a little while for that to produce as well. I'll tell you what, I'll see you guys in a moment. Right, welcome back, guys. Done a bit of work off. Oh, misplaced that one. Just get rid of that. Just while I was waiting for the small vessel to be constructed, I just finished upgrading this side of it. Haven't done this corner here, ran out of cement, so that's okay. I can work on that off camera. Did move the other turret over there, so hopefully that should be okay. Although we've got a little bit of upgrading to do down here. In fact, we've got a block that needs to go in there. Alright. This one's okay. But the small vessel should be just about ready to go. 21 seconds. I can't remember whether I actually set it so that you need the to be able to spawn it. Blueprint successfully finished. Alright. So it was that one. We should be able to spawn it. Own. There we go, completed. Spawn it. And it's not going to let us do it because we don't have enough room. Let me spawn it here. Will it let us? Will it let us spawn it here? No. On a base or capital vessel. There we go. Okay. We can organise that. Let's just do this. Just so we can spawn it in. Must have the spawn restriction on, which is fine. Alright, let's go back to here. There, spawn. There we go. And there it is. So what we got in here? We got 4 guns. Got a bit of ammo. We haven't got a huge amount of fuel. What we can do is we can make a few more. Alright, got a few more drones on their way over. Alright, let's have a look in here. Manage. $28. Let's just drop a little bit more. You know what, let's just dump our lot in. Why not? Alright. Fill all. We've got 2015mm bullets. Good, we haven't got any oxygen. That shouldn't be too much of an issue at the moment. Although we could make some oxygen to put in there. I'm going with this. Alright. And it's under weapons and ammo. There we go. Let's make a few oxygen bottles, just so we can stick some oxygen in there. If you don't put oxygen in there, you do use up your own, even though we're on a cure. The cockpits are determined to be completely sealed, so we'll just do 10. Made another 4 growing plots there, so we can start looking at that. We've got those drones over there. Let's just head over and loot those, just in case one of them gives us an energy matrix. As I said, I don't believe it will, but you just 3 of them. There we go. Woo! So it is definitely worth continuing to loot these things. Eventually it gave it to me. One left to loot. Alright, that's going to make things a lot easier when it comes to mining. Alright. Turn the light on. So you can go in there, you can go in there. You can go in there. Now we can come in and we can make ourselves a tier 2 drill. In fact, let's just pause that for a sec. Doesn't matter. We'll let it do that. We could have used our existing one, but all right. So back in here, let's fill that. All right. So we got that. We got that. We could manage that and put a bit more fuel in. There we go. We're at 100%. Lovely. What else have we got in here? We got an ammo box. We got 1 cargo box. Not a big one. Just some biofuel and a 3 silicon ingots, which is interesting. A bit weird. We've got a fridge, generator lights, O2 station. Okay. And there is just the Gatling guns. Okay. Alright, good. We know what we're dealing with. Just quickly come in here. Put that out. And we need to make some drill charges. For that we need plastic. Which means we are going to need to start growing in here. No, must be in here as well. So we need some grain and stone dust. We have got some seedlings over here. What do we got? Corn. Fibre. Okay. We'll need to start growing a bit of corn. Just for that plastic so we can make some charges for the tier 2 drill. We can start working on that in the next episode, but I'm pretty keen, I think, to get out and have a look around this planet. We could probably go and scout over here where the MS Titan is. And just give us an idea about the layout. It's a bit dark, I know. Nice sandy islands and things like that. Quite nice. Starting to think I probably don't want to go too close to the MS Titan. Don't really want to finish that bit off at the moment. Where are we headed? Let's put a marker over here. Seeing too many points of interest, to be honest. Which is one concern I always had when they were expanding the size of the planets, was expanding the size of them is all well and good, but does it just mean that we're going to end up with very large empty planets? Need to start filling these things in. And I believe that's what they're starting to do. And probably over time, they'll slowly add more things in. Getting a little bit of lag on it, but not too bad. You probably see a little bit of lag on the video. Yeah, sort of not seeing too many things around. And haven't discovered any mineral deposits either, which is a bit concerning. Alright, coming into the sunshine, we'll get a bit of look at the place. Does look good. Definitely going to need to start filling out these planets a little bit. Right, there's the sun. Look in the mountain regions. Is that just not spawned right now? It's water. Okay. Right, is there something there? Or is that just rock formation? It's just a rock formation, isn't it? Yep. We definitely know there is a drone base somewhere, but So we just need to get within 50 meters of this and it should cancel itself out. It probably didn't cancel. So look, no. It's alright, we can get rid of that. We are heading west, so maybe just keep going. See what we can see. We can look around. So base is 13 kilometers away now. So probably come down a little bit. Gives us our first real, or here we go, we found something. Power station. Copper deposit. Spaceport, don't worry, you don't need to keep attacking me. Alright, so we eventually found something. Pretty obvious that exploring these planets is going to take a little bit longer now. Oh, got a bit of lag there. So we're almost 20 k's away from a base. Oi, that was a bit of a flicker there. Something over there. Go and have a look here. Unknown helix. Alright, we've hit level 8. Alright, so we're starting to come back around. Didn't see the drone base, but it'd be easy to miss, I suppose. The other thing we didn't see was things like villages, spaceports. The trading station. Didn't locate any of those. Right, we got something over here. Is that the drone base? Let's see what's here. Commorate, fortification. Radar station, fortification, Wow, that's heavily that area there is. It looks like stuff is grouped together a little bit. Probably makes sense, but does mean that there are large areas where there's not a lot going on. So we're going back into the dark side. Looking around. What we'll do is we'll just head back to base and probably call the video here, guys. It's given us a good look at the planet. Obviously, haven't explored everywhere. We haven't been up to the poles and things like that yet. But it's nice to get up in the air and just have a look at it. Certainly does look nice. As I say, a few graphical glitches around. Oh, I'm not going to worry about you, Mr. Minigun Drone. I'm just not going to worry about you. There's large areas of water on this seed. If that's something over there, might be. Right, well, here's the base. So we'll just come down and land it on the I'll dock it. Oh, that's bright. All right. So that was effectively a trip around the planet. What have we got in here? Gonna have to eat one of those, I think. We are a bit low on food. That is going to be something we're going to have to work on. No point having the drill there at the moment. Oop. Do we need for... So we just need vegetables, purified water and spice. Really? For canned vegetables, we don't need anything to Used to need some steel plates for those, which kind of made sense for making the cans out of, but you don't need that anymore. So approach time 200, 202, 207, food 128. I think they've been adjusted as well. Ratatouille, food 212. You can make the Eleon cake now. All right. Well, that is where I'm going to call it for today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed what you've watched. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you all next time. I'm RaidzeroAU, signing out.